Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to Clever TV, your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. I'm Dana Ward in the studio, and today we have an excellent guest, Danielle Bisutti.
I'm so glad you said excellent. It said great, but you said excellent.
Yes.
I'm already feeling the love here.
Oh, good, good. We're a very loving place here at Clever TV. So first off, True Jackson VP is obviously one of the most popular shows on Nickelodeon. It's doing great. We want to hear a little bit about your character.
Well, I play Miss Amanda Cantwell, and what's so interesting, if you break down somebody's last name, I broke it down when I had kind of like within the first season, can't well. She can't do well. She tries. It's not that she intentionally does things to, she doesn't pick on True on purpose, or she doesn't sabotage her own self so that by the end of the episode she's the one that gets the pie in the face, as it were. But she just tries so darn hard to make everyone love her, to make her styles the one that Max picks is, and of course, inevitably with every show, she tries to sabotage True. I play the nemesis, and every episode True wins. And so that is just another little dagger right in her side, because not only did she go to school forever, probably since she was a fetus, studying fashion, but one whimsical day, Max decides to hire True, this 15-year-old girl who has a natural ability to take a dress and make it fun and contemporary and young and hip, and Amanda, who's very by the book and uptight and straight, and everything's got to be done a certain way. She doesn't really have that kind of freedom of expression, and plus she's a little bit older. Let's not say a lot, but a little bit older than the 15-year-old girls. And so anyway, she's got to kind of share her territory and share space with this very intuitive and creative mind. She just has this natural ability, and so there is, I would say, a lot of respect and admiration that Amanda does have for True, and thank God I'm with the most amazing writers, because every now and then in episodes they will show these moments where Amanda will secretly talk about how much she has respect for True, or she's just amazed by this natural gift that she's been given. And so you see a softer side to Amanda, but for the most part people want to hear what's candidly on her mind, because she'll say it.
Yes.
And she will be the one to fall down the elevator shaft, because there's no elevator in there when she walks in. So they keep me very busy on that show.
Yes, they do. I love that you broke down the last name, though.
Cantwell.
It's so, I would have never thought that.
You know what? I'm one of those actors that thinks about everything, so that's
very analytical, right?
That's probably why I can play this part the way that I do, because that's like Amanda. She will overanalyze and think of every single angle and how to make this work. At the end of the day, it's like, take a deep breath, girl.
Yeah, right?
So
if you had to think about your favorite part about working on the show, what would it be?
Well, I gotta say, the fashion. I can't.
Of course, right?
Yeah, I in a lot of my interviews have mentioned that when I was about, I don't even know, 2 or 3 years old. I mean, it'll continually change, but it'll be when I was 6 months old. I was pointing to a dress in the.
And then it's when I was born. I came out of the room.
I came out going, Mother, get me some Gucci shoes. No, I remember at one point my mom was trying to put this little dress on me, and I just wasn't gonna have it. I mean, I was in my crib, and I was like, I wasn't gonna put this. No, I wasn't gonna let her. I wasn't gonna let her put it on me. And so she just so at a loss, because obviously my communicative skills were not quite up to par yet. Yeah. So, but all I knew is what I wanted, and I knew how to point. And I just pointed at the dress that I wanted, and my mom went and got it, and sure enough, I was happy. I wasn't crying anymore. Put the dress on, and I was just ready to go. I don't know where I was going. The sandbox. I mean, what was it? Show off my duds to the other kids in the sandbox there.
Right.
Off Beverly Glen, where I grew up. Anyway. But the fashion
You're a true fashionista, that's why.
A true fashionista. I just love it. Both my grandmothers worked for Gucci. My mom was a model. My aunt was a model. So I've got all these really great vintage pieces. And I don't know, I love the art of fashion. I love how it's ever changing, evolving. I love how it can transform a person, how you can feel. It really is a way of walking with like a canvas. If you consider yourself a canvas, and you just walk out there and you can express yourself differently every day, and I just love it. So when I got the sides and I realized that I'd be playing kind of the fashionista of the show, I was like, oh yes.
It was spot on,
I know how to do this. And I got that vintage Gucci skirt that my grandmother gave me, and I just went in and I embodied who I thought this woman was, and apparently it worked. So that is a lot of fun.
But beyond the fashion.
Beyond the fashion.
That's fabulous.
The fashion is fun.
On True Jackson, what is like beyond the fashion, what's
I mean,
your favorite part?
What don't I love about it? I love all the actors I work with. I'm with some of the most tremendously talented, I don't know how they pull all this together at their ages, Kiki and Ashley. I mean, I think, at 15, 16 years old, I was serving sandwiches at a Subway, and it was like enough for me to be able to make a sandwich.
You were a sandwich designer.
I was a designer of the sandwich, and but we have the most incredible writers. I mean, they're hilarious. All of them are from major network sitcom shows. I mean, their resumes go way back, and just to be able to bring to life this character and to deliver these jokes that are so well crafted, and it's been a huge learning curve too. This is my first series. I had tested for interestingly enough, a lot of sitcoms along the way, but would get a lot of work episodically. So I've got kind of this whole body of work in the dramatic world. But this was like my first really take a bite out of a comedy and a sitcom and the 4-camera and that whole genre, which is very specific. And I love it. I love the physical comedy. I love the subtleness of the joke. I love working with the actors I work with. I get to work with Greg Proops, who's hilarious and a genius, and Ronnie Butler, who plays Oscar, who's adorable and wonderful, and all the kids and the writers. And what else do I love? Craft service.
Yeah, who doesn't
I love craft
that, right?
service. Yeah, well, I gotta stay away from that table.
Oh, I bet.
Just walk the other way.
Right.
Yeah, and it's
too many
hard.
options.
Well,
too
yeah,
many
they're
options.
popping popcorn, and then there's
my
the
gosh.
tater tots in the morning, and I'm like, I am not 12 anymore. I can't. Yeah. And sometimes I think just by taking in the aroma that the fat cells kind of duplicate.
Yeah, they might.
Why does that happen?
I don't know. But it does, and I agree. I'm with you on that one.
Darn it.
Man,
Stop. That's the one thing I don't like. Everything else I love.
everything else is great. Well, thank you for stopping by and
Thank
filling
you.
in some of the blanks on True Jackson VP. And thanks to you guys for tuning in to Clever TV. I'm Dana Ward, and we will see you guys later. See ya.